free man. One whose mind is not free, though he may not be in prison, is a prisoner, not free man. One whose mind is not free, though alive, is not better than dead. Freedom of mind is the real freedom. It's the proofs of existence by Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. A very good evening to all respected panel of judges and my friends. I am J. Prithviraj. I am here to speak on patriotism and nationalism.
Patriotism and nation building. You're reading the words. Don't read the words.
It's not patriotism, it's patriotism.
Come on, read it again.
I am here to speak on patriotism and national building. During the British rule from 1858 to 1947, patriotism meant giving lives and expelling the British from our country. But as generation passed, patriotism is not the as giving lives. In an independent country like us, we need to protect our resources and borders. If we do not protect our resources and borders, someone else will take our land. As I am speaking this here, there are soldiers who are protecting the border in 0 degrees Celsius temperature, risking their lives, leaving their parents and friends behind. Recently, we got to know about one such soldier, Sandeep Unnikrishnan.
Sandeep Unnikrishnan.
Sandeep Unnikrishnan,
Press the words.
who gave his life to protect civilians in Taj Mahal Hotel from terrorists. I want to salute to all the soldiers like him who are protecting us. I would like to give an example a few other people who contributed immensely to national building. Sachin Tendulkar, one of the greatest names in world cricket. In 1999, when he was playing for world cricket, his father died.
Your hand. You should be hands free.
Yeah. It's as if you're declaring.
You can carry on. Go ahead.
I'm from that nation which is home for many cultures. I'm from that country which is rich in its heritage. I'm from that place where every people think their motto is unity is diversity. And that is our India and our pride. A very warm wishes everyone present over here, respected jury members, teachers, and all my dear friends. I'm Bhavi Sai Kirti of Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today, I see many people saying that soldiers are a good example for patriotism. So, I want to question you, why aren't we patriotists? Yes, we are. Everyone present over here is a patriotist. A teacher who is guiding their children, who is guiding their students, is a patriotist. A farmer selflessly giving food, feeding us, is a patriotist. An engineer who is preparing well for their studies and inventing new things is also a patriotism. So, did you find anything relation to our topic? Yes. Patriotism and nation building go hand in hand. They are interlinked to each other. I believe patriotism is the main requirement for nation building. The immense love that we have within ourselves for our country is nothing but patriotism. Patriotism will be a building block for nation building. According to my view, patriotism is secret resource of a successful society. According to
Martin Luther King.
No problem. Carry on.
According to Martin Luther King, to other countries I may go as a traveler, but to India I come as a pilgrim. Such a wonderful quote, right? I think this shows it. This shows the love which has shown by Martin Luther King towards India. At that time, we are rich in our culture and heritage. So, how do you expect this will be the same in 2046? Will it be? Yes, we have to be the role models for everyone. We need to follow our customs and traditions to maintain the same ratio in 2046. And the next most important thing is innovation and inventions. Once Narendra Modi said, innovation for the people and by the people in the direction of our new India. We need to encourage every student from school level to go in a play method. Like they need to play and learn everything. They need to love and learn everything. So what? How you may ask me a question? How do youth contribute to it? So I say that you can start a school like this, like having this type of play method. And thank you so much.
Yeah. Try. If you feel that Martin Luther King is not coming to your heart, say that one.
Yeah.
Srinivas,
So-
voice pension, microphone voice pension.
నిన్న పెట్టిన మైక్రోఫోన్ బాగుంది కదా.
Set yourself to height.
Yeah. तू मुझे खून दो, मैं तुझे आजादी दूं. These lines were said by Subhash Chandra Bose ji. But in the current state, we are in a position that we can't pay a single penny to our taxpayers, or we can't give a single penny to our income tax officers. But the old one, the freedom fighters said that we need to give a single penny, or we need to give blood so they can give us the freedom. No.
Stop. Start.
Oh, sorry.
Start.
No, that's not it. Go on,
Yeah.
start it again.
Repetition shouldn't be very.
Yeah. तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुझे आजादी दूंगा. These lines were said by Subhash Chandra Bose ji. But in the current situation, we are in a difficult situation where we can give a single penny to the income tax officers. But the past ones, the freedom fighters of us are saying that we should give them blood. No, we are in a situation where.
Swami,
Take up
5
a
minutes
chance
and
again.
then come back.
Kushi. Dance icon. So, where is Kushi?
How come I can show you
Where is Kushi?
Okay, next participant. Take some.
No problem. Carry on.
I'm born in a country where mother is treated as goddess. I'm born in a country where the unity is diversity. I'm born in a country which has incredible history. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting you a very energetic and enthusiastic, and my topic is patriotism and national building.
Patriotism.
Patriotism. Patriotism and national building.
Nation building.
I'll start here.
It shows your confidence now. In case you dance like patriotism and
Will you start again?
Yes.
do not trust
take a pause. I'm born in a country.
Yes. Where mother is treated as goddess. I'm born in a country where it has an incredible history. I'm born in a country which is unity in diversity. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting you very enthusiastic and my topic is patriotism and nation building. Myself, Danishwari Valsali, and the voice of Vijayanagaram district. Yes.
Will you take 5 minutes?
I'll start again.
Very confused. I mean, try again. Try
Yes.
again.
I'm born in a country where mother is treated as goddess. I'm born in a country where it has an incredible history. I'm born in a country where the unity is diversity. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting you the voice of Vijayanagaram district, Danishwari Balsali.
Yes. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
India is mother. India is mother of history, grandmother of legend, and great grandmother of tradition. Patriotism is usually patriotism. Patriotism is usually coupled up with nation building. The main intensity of patriotism is to love and serve. But I think patriotism is not only for the sacrifice of the lives, it is also the one intentional growth of nation by the single person. One identity, one mission, one nation set by Mahatma Gandhi. Patriotism is not only about to serve and patriotism is not only about to serve, but it is always to passion towards the country where we serve the nation not by sacrificing the life, but we can serve the nation by helping hands, by giving our helping hands. Like one unsung hero is Sonu Sood. He's a great hero in COVID times, where he gave his helping hands to every one of us in the COVID situation. Like that, we need not to just sacrifice our life, but we help in supporting the nation by growing.
Try, Nala. Try.
You can try a number of times.
You're doing good, Nala. Please try.
You're feeling nervous. You're trying to recollect points. That way, yes, your speech is like that. You're trying to recollect the points.
Come on, you can do it. Yes. Radheshwari. Yes, ma'am.
We do not feel nervous. Come, talk whatever comes into your head.
Yes.
And give right pauses.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright? But you're doing great.
Do. Yes, please.
I'm born in a country where mother is treated as goddess. I am born in a country which has incredible history. I am born in a country which is unity in diversity. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting you before Danishwari Balsali, which is very enthusiastic, energetic on the topic, on present topic, patriotism and nation building. India is the mother of history, grandmother of legend, great grandmother of tradition. Patriotism and nation building is coupled up simultaneously. Patriotism is not only about an emotional feeling, but it is a passion towards love and service. One identity, one mission, and one nation set by Mahatma Gandhi ji. We need not to sacrifice our lives to show our patriotism. We need to give our helping hands in the growth of our nation. Just like our unsung hero Sonu Sood, how he helped in COVID situations.
Take 5 minutes now.
Dani, Murari?
Start. India, the cradle of human race, birthplace of human speech, mother of history, grandmother of legends, and great grandmother of traditions. I would like to start by saluting the words of my mark to it. Respected judges and all my dear friends, I am Hashita Pusapati. I would like to pre-thank all of you for giving me a kind attention. When Indians respect all religions with his secular culture, our country depicts the world that we believe in divinity and not imperialism. When the nation cultivates peace and harmony for the whole world, at this very moment, I think the topic patriotism and nation building face an immense pressure and relevance to this contest. According to the words of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, patriotism is same as that of humanity. I am patriotic because I am a human. Imperialism has no place in my course of patriotism. Simply speaking, patriotism is like love towards your parents. When I say my mother is superior to me, that doesn't mean others are inferior to me. We Indians respect and love our country. At the same time, we respect the policies and federations of other foreign countries. Coming to nation building. Nation building is a multi-dimensional concept. It involves all the citizens working together to build into a common nation. Nation building is mainly to attain national identity. Before we move more about nation building and learning more, let me tell the global perspective of nation building. It is very heroic in the history of mankind. The slogan liberty, equality, and fraternity flourished throughout the world by French Revolution, and there are many more revolutions which have took place in the early centuries. The revolution of the French, with the slogan "Liberty, Equality, Fraternity," does not just revolutionize the people in France, but it revolutionized the people in every part of the world. The turning point in the history of nation building is American Revolution. Thomas Jefferson has stated that the tree of liberty has to transform from time to time through the blades of patriotism. After that, many revolution has inculcated many changes in the way we see patriotism and nation building. Now, Indian perspective of patriotism and nation building. In Ramayana, Lord Rama once said, Janani Janma Bhumi Swargada Vedaryasi. It means mother and mother country depicts to the world that they are more greater than the heaven itself. This is Indian school of thought. When we go through the timeline of Indian history, there are lots of transformations from being in colonialism to the world being the biggest nation building country. Now, the formulation of our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, as well as frameworks of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, made Indian ideal model for nation building. Let me tell few defects and challenges to this patriotism and nation building. The first point I would like to give is the concept of regionalism. Regionalism is something that I say, I am from Andhra Pradesh, I am from Bengal. That is an evil eye in the view of nation building. In nation building, there is only one person in the whole country. That is Indianism. And the second thing is extremism. Extremism is like a weed in a society, like Maoism and terrorism. We have to face it, like go to the Maoist places and try to develop it. By developing them, the poor people, being from dictators, they will become our democrats. The sacrifice of Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan, which cannot be replaced. He proved that it's high time and it's time for terrorism to be demolished. Third and most important is the depict of mindset of youngsters. People, we India has the most youngest population in the world. By the end of 2047, our nation will be the largest working nation in the whole world. But unfortunately, we Indians are not proud to say that we are Indians, which should be changed. Don't try to become handsome, but try to give your hand to some. By this quote, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you.
Very good.
A refined speech by you, Mahashita. Good. Keep trying. Keep trying. Next. I couldn't see Murari speaking. Second year, third years, please finish up your work and go back to your exam. Still, you're stammering and
little emotion when you are touching the nails, especially few important points.
And
Seven
please
minutes
don't
now.
touch some
7
sensitive
minutes.
points also. Some sensitive points are there. Show your gift to Mahamam. She will tell you where are the sensitive points. Okay.
You can carry on, dear. Carry on.
Every nation has a message to deliver, a mission to fulfill, a destiny to reach. The mission of our India has been to guide humanity. And I'm proudly saying I'm from India. I'm an Indian. So
Jyotsna, NSS will form the book, sorry.
so now I wanna
Carry on, dear. Don't be like that.
every nation has a message to deliver. Every nation has a message to deliver, a mission to fulfill, and a destiny to reach. The mission of India has been to guide humanity, and I am proudly saying I'm an Indian and I born in India. So I would like to wish a very good morning to who are presenting the judges and the fellow mates
Carry on, no problem.
who are presenting here. And now I want to start my speech with the topic of national building and our patriotism towards the national building. So, in our national building, youth is the major part to build a nation. So, the youth should take up jobs that benefit society. They can join the army, police, or civil services to serve our nation. The youth are our future and should be encouraged to take up the sports and social work. Our youth need to be educated because we can't progress without them. We all must encourage our youth to take part in national building activities so that together we can create a better future for everyone. With the help of our youth, many problems can be solved. They should be stop taking drugs and other harmful substances. Volunteering our community support activities is a very good way to give back to society while helping our youth grow stronger in their personal life. Health and well-being Health and well-being. If our youth takes part in national building activities, then definitely our nation will be built in a better way. And national building is not is not referred to patriotism to die ourselves or to sacrifice our lives as like our leaders. It's just how respect our India or our to show our respect towards the India is in our hands. It is in our youth hands. So we have to respect our India as how we have been as a student or as a professionals.
Yes. Go. Practice. Chetana, start Chetana.
A very pleasant afternoon to find all present over here. I am Chetna from Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. Firstly, what is pattern?
No problem. Carry
Your
on.
microphone.
Put your microphone proper. Start working here.
Srinu garu.
Firstly, what is pattern?
Patriotism.
Patriotism. Patriotism. Firstly, what is patriotism? It means many of you think so. Sacrificing your lives. Do you think yes? Definitely no. It definitely means doing service towards your country.
If it is disturbing your speech, try to skip that and keep working in connecting the
Are you
dots.
here?
Yes, she's there. Go ahead, Nana.
showing love towards your country, doing service to your country. It doesn't mean you're in a position about your position. Even you're a student, you can do service. Even you're a teacher, even you're a software employee, even whatever may be your occupation, you can do service. And service doesn't mean sacrificing everything what you have. For example, giving all your wealth, it doesn't mean a service. It is thinking of man. So you need to do a service in such a way that which will be helpful for others. For example, even being a politician also you can do some service to our country. But no need to become a politician. You can, being a common person, you can do the same service what the politicians are doing. For that, we need to have a good nation. What is nation? What is nation development? How many of you heard that our India is a developing country? Yes, many of you. But no one heard that it's a developed country, right? Because it is still developing. And many of while we are in schools, our teachers used to tell that our India is a developing country when we are kids. But the bad truth is now we are in a position to tell others, but still it's a developing country. What is the reason behind it? Yes, many of the Indians are educated. They're in a good position, but not in our country, in other countries. Yes, this definitely affects our nation building because we need to showing service to our country is not giving some amount to the people and helping them. It is matter that you need to do something to the country. It doesn't mean you need to become a scientist and do something, do research and do for the country. Yes, there are different fields, different different occupations. They do their work, and if you do something to the country, you'll definitely get the name and fame. But if keeping your occupation aside, if you do some service, like if you're a software employee, for the better improvement, you're going for the abroad. Other, if you, sorry, other than going for abroad, if you work from here, you can do some service to your country. If without going for abroad, if you stay here, it is the best service for your country. Because many of you heard that many of the people who got succeeded in abroad are mostly Indians. Yes, many of them are migrating to other countries as NRIs because they don't deserve something. They think that they did not deserve something what they need here. They're going and getting there. If they be here and do something towards our country, definitely our country will become a developed country, and we'll get a chance for to tell our future generation. We used to tell it as developing country, and they will tell us developed country. So the word doesn't mean yes we can say whatever we want, but developed country means it need to have a good education and all. Coming to the education, many of you know, many of the students are getting and are our politicians are also helping us for studying. Yes, through JPD and all. And we have many schemes like Jagnana Vidya Divana, Ammavadi and all. But how many of you know many of the people who are eligible for it are ineligible, and who are ineligible for it are eligible? Yes, I am telling the truth. Many of the people with package of 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs per month are eligible for JPD. And people who are with a package of 5,000 to 10,000 per month are ineligible. So while we are doing a service, we need to have a way that it should be a strict way. When you are doing verification, there should be a strict way that everyone, whatever you do, the people who deserve it definitely should reach it. Reach it. Then only the service will get worth of it. So doing service is not enough. Doing service for people who need is very important. And coming to the patriotism, it is a you need to show some love through your works towards the country. Means not getting first rank, second rank, and remain names. Everyone will get because who study concentrated definitely will get that chance. But doing some service to the country, give some name and fame. Not only giving name and fame, it also will have some. It also will give you some
boosting for our juniors, and not only about it, and you can do whatever you want, right? I doesn't mean whatever. Many of you go out of house for trips and all. For that, you need to take only permission of your parents, right? Even though they didn't give the permission, you will definitely go and you will get know the consequences. But in olden days, means many of you know our country is under Britishers for 200 years. Then we did not have any freedom. We need to ask permission for those white people. And but now we had a freedom to do what we want. They so don't you feel we are lucky? Yes, we are definitely lucky because we had a freedom to do whatever we want to do. Because if we do service to our country, no one will stop us. No one will stop us and say you are not worth for it. You should not do it. But in those days, even though they stopped, they have worked for our country. They did service to our country and got our country back. You know why they occupied our country for the perfection. It is the perfect word for our country because our country consists of many states, many districts, and many cultures and different types of languages. Even though it consists of different types of languages, cultures, they stay they stay with unity because the unity is very much important. And you know, unity is strength of our country. So seeing that unity and the work of the people, they got an idea to rule us, and they ruled us for 200 years. Later, our people, means our Indians, many of the freedom fighters, leaders, got a freedom by got a freedom. So they have even though they did not have any freedom, they bought us freedom, and now we are in this position to take to do whatever we want. So please do the service for our country. Thank you.
Yeah. तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुझे आजादी दूंगा. These lines are from a great personality. But in the current scenario, we are in a place that we can't pay a single penny to our government. Where is our India going? It can't be determined. So, yeah, I belong to a country which is great at its rich culture and heritage, and India which has a great value to its emotions, and India which has a great emotions with every country. Yeah, I belong to a India where each and everyone pays a tax at his own time. I belong to a son. I belong to a father who pays his tax at a very regular time. Yeah, myself Ramlinga Swami, MBS. Do you notice the point? Why I have added my MBS? Because we are in a situation where we should add every single point of our initial because of our culture and of our caste divisions. Why? I would say that these were made by our politicians. Yes. Why do you think why these caste and politicians were added? Because they rule us just because of the caste division. Do you ever think about this point about the caste? Before I think so, it was around 1950 time. There was just the beginnings of caste. At that time, there was no issues with the help of the caste regarding the caste. But after the time coming, after time going, we had regular clashes with the caste. Why? Because our politicians, our current Indian government runs with the help of caste. If he says that, okay, this caste member killed my caste member, yeah, he will go and fight against us. Why? Everyone say that India is united. No, India is united but divided in castes. If you take example, we can say the open example, UP, Uttar Pradesh. And we can take another example, Ayodhya. Is that required to build a temple with that much of cost in the current scenario where India is at its best poverty line? Yeah, I would strongly say that India is at its best poverty line. But we don't think about that. We would just think about the rich and the outer look of India. Yeah, we can say another example. I think around 2 years back, ex-President Trump came to our India, Mumbai. At that time, in the place of Dharavi and in the place of poverty places, there were walls built around that poverty houses. Why? Because we are just making the India, just saying that okay, our India is rich, our India is great at its culture. No, but in the backstage of India, there is still poverty. There is a very difficult poverty line where a person can't even eat his food or eat her food for a single time of a day. Why? Just because of the regular income tax issues. If we take an example, our current CM, I am not hurting any religion issues, but if we take a current CM, he has huge amount of money. If he pays his tax at his regular time, then India would be not that our AP would be not in this situation. And the next one, currently I am at the state that our CM. I want to add the point: is that right now? Do we need Amavodi? Do we need that much free flow of money? No. Yeah, for the Amavodi, I want to add an example. One of my friend has an annual income of 20 lakhs, but he gets Amavodi. Is that required? No, nah, because was a person for a family who earns an income of 20 lakhs per year, he can't bear that 35 na? No, he can bear it. But why he is using that money? Because the government is freely giving and freely flowing the money. I want to oppose this point. Freely giving of money. No. Free giving of money is not necessary for everyone. For the one who is below the poverty line. I pledge and I please and I request everyone sitting here just to think about that the 35,000 you pay in the case of Amavodi. If you give the 35,000 to a person who is unable to educate or unable to move in the line of the current situation life, if you give the 35,000 to the man to make a woman or him or her to go pursue his education or her education, it would be helpful for him or her. But you are not thinking in that way. This is the problem with young Indians or young culture or young present situations, present generations. You are just thinking about your life. No, India is not just your life. India is our life. India is ours. Just think with the point, India is ours. You are just thinking India is not my country. I am just a person who lives in India just for a few period of time. Yeah, you live for engineering for till 4 years. You live in engineering. You live here in India for engineering. After completion of engineering, you go for abroad. What is the use of studying in India? You are not helping India. You are going America and you are improving the America, not India. Just think about that point. Staying in India, you are indirectly betraying India for just staying here for 20 to 22 years. You have well educated yourself and going to America and helping their country. No, Indians are not like that. But the current situation in India is that every single man or woman goes to America or goes to any other country, helps that country, not our country. Why? Because of only politicians. I would say that only politicians, only not politicians, because of ourselves. Why are you thinking like that? Change your mindset, change your attitude. Yeah, I want to just add another point. Before 2 to 3 years, there was a debate. This Indian national anthem should play in a theater. Is that the point to debate? No. You are just debating a useless point. Playing national anthem in theaters is necessary or not? Can't you stand for just 1 minute and just sing that national anthem? Why? Are you that much weak? Are you that much? Okay, you pay 140 for a cinema, or 150, 170, 180, 180. You pay 200 for a cinema, but you can't stand for 1 minute. Why? Just because you don't think about India. I would say that I think about India. You can take best examples of August 15 and August 26. August 15 and January 26. The 2 days we celebrate India is great. We celebrate, we put status, we just do our best. But after 27th of Jan, what is the situations of our Indian flag? It would be flying in the road. It would be flying everywhere. We just stamp it and go. Do you know that the value of that flag? If you are Indian citizen, if you know about the value of that flag, you never, ever stamp that flag. Stamping that flag is the biggest crime you do. You go near the god. Just beating it's not a crime. But stamping your Indian flag is the biggest crime. I say that. I am also a religion person. I accept it. I put a ring. I put the etc. I am also a religion person. But religious beyond India. Our India is in a worse situation where it is being ruled by religions, not by politicians. Ruling India by religions is the in the current situation, India is at worst, where people just put a orange dress. We say that we are from Rambagh. Put green. We are support Allah. We support Islamic. India is not about colors, bro. India is about ourselves. If we want to pray God, our heart is the God. If you want to pray God, the air is God. You're not thinking that. You put a dress, you say, I orange, I support Hinduism. You put green, you support Allah, Islamic. That's the not India. Which India, I vision is that the country which is ruled by which will be ruled by the greatest generation of our India. Please, I beg everyone sitting here, or the one who judges, see India with a better vision. See India as your country, not the country which you will stay for 2 to 3 years. No. India is a country. India is the emotion. It's not just a country, it's an emotion. Where each and every plant, each and every tree, each and every blood you flow, the blood which flows inside you should be used for India, not for other countries. From this point, I want to conclude that think about India, not yourselves. Yeah, I would say that if the path is there near me, it is being split by two. The first part, use your give your life for India. The second part, give your life for yourself. I would openly, I would closely, I would just go for the India path because I love my country. Thank you.
Swami, you have used a word called beg. You should not use that. Instead of that, you can say that let's put our hands together to see India in a different vision. And no now is one. Keep on. Okay, finish up your exam. Come back again. Go. Come on, the others.
You have the fire, but you don't know how to start it. That is
Go. Finish up your lunch. Go exam. Exam and come back.
Murari, go, start. Why not even once you
Murari, fast.
ma'am? Dance I can just
Dance cycle PDF చేస్తావా అయిపోయిందా అని mail it to me.
A very warm morning, everyone.
Your voice should be bold.
A very warm morning, everyone. I am Murari Panigrahi from Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology, and I am here before you to express some of my views on the topic patriotism and nation building.
Only ఒకటి
In my view,
ఒకటి ఆ yellow bill ఒకటి రెండు చాలు. ఇది already
in my view, building the nation, student plays a key role. Guiding the student plays a key role because a student or a kid of 4 or 5 years, if he is asked, if he is guided in our old poor thinking thoughts, it would be a futile attempt of making building the nation in a good way. So, in my view, a good teacher from a school level and guiding him in a good way and improving him would be a great person in building the nation, because in contrast to the first one, as I discussed, if a student is guided in a good way, like building, having good characters, building good characters like having hospitality, loyalty, and being good to everyone, and being generous, and saying whatever is good for everyone, and so on, like good things, then automatically the future of the nation will be in a great way, because a student is the one person which will be settled in different areas in the nation. Like a present student will be a next teacher. A present student will be a next politician or next doctor and a next lawyer. Whatever it may be, if he is having a good ethics and a moral and ethical values, then he will implement those in his working area. So. If a student is streamlined in a better way, then the nation building will be moved further. And in building the nation, if he is educated with patriotic values and ethical values, then he will be, then the future will be better than as expected. And very soon we can hear a word: India is a developed nation. So, to conclude, I would like to say, a good teacher guiding a student in a proper way is the one for building the nation. Thank you.
Keep trying, Murari. Okay, next one. Go back to your exam. Yes, you can see. Yes, sure. Put your microphone down. అక్కడికి వెళ్ళాక నా మైక్ అవ్వదు అంటే ఎలాగ అవుద్ది తీసుకొని చేసుకో థర్డ్ ఇయర్కి వచ్చో వాళ్ళు తీసుకుంటాం ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్స్ దగ్గర she is my best student, so that's the reason I'm talking with that. Yeah.
Happy afternoon, everyone. I am K. Dereshwari from Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. My topic is about patriotism. When we discuss about patriotism,
Tejaswini, stop.
when we
ఏమైంది స్పైసెస్ ని ముందు పెట్టి నించోబెట్టారు అలాగా ఇప్పుడు ఇలాగా అంటే ఎలా
when we discuss about patriotism, the first thing come to in our mind is about freedom fighters. So many freedom fighters struggled a lot to get independence to us. So many innocent people were killed in this process also. Let us take an example. Jallianwala Bagh. In that incident, so many innocent people were killed by Britishers. And after that incident only, we got Quit Indian movement. Like that, so many stories are there in our history. One worst thing in our country is 14th, Valentine's Day. All will celebrate Valentine's Day. But the most important thing all we are forgetting is about 3 freedom fighters were dead. Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev. All concentrated and interested to celebrate 14th as a Valentine's Day. But no one concentrate or interested to search about our country history. Again, the second thing comes in our mind is about soldiers, Indian Army. They are doing ultimate job to protect us. But we are wasting our time by seeing social media. I can say strongly that no one knows our Indian history perfectly. No one respect to our country, because they won't respect to elders. Then how can they respect to country? If every parent spend 30 minutes of 30 minutes of time with children by telling moral stories or by telling ethics to them, then every member will get some respect in their heart towards country. And the second thing is, no one knows the importance of any day. If any festival or any important event comes, they just keep status by seeing others. They don't even search for what is that importance, why we are giving that importance to that day. If we take a movie, all will search who is the singer, who is the actor, what is the story. But when it comes to festival, no one search why we are celebrating this festival, and we are studying here and doing jobs like slaves in other countries. Then how can our country develop? India is still developing country. Our we are future citizens. We have to develop our country. So please be responsible to our country. Sacrificing is not only the showing love or affection towards country. Be a responsible citizen. That can also we can, by showing responsibility also we can show love and affection towards country. Thank you.
Practice, practice. Okay. Next student, third years can go for the exam.
Start pushing.
Pallavi, your name is deleted. By Hari sir. I can't do anything. Rashmika, ఎన్ని సార్లు చెప్తున్నాను
ఈ ఇయర్ వచ్చేసరికి మీరు మార్పు
చాలా అసలు రిడిక్యులస్నెస్. ఇది ఈ పిల్లలకి నేను అమ్మాయి రాక లక్కీగా ఏంటంటే ఫిల్ చేసింది కాబట్టి ఉండింది. బాగా చేశారా? తూర్పు తెలుసు కదా
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. సరే చేతికి ఖుషి
నాతో నా చేతిలో సార్ నన్ను డిలీట్ చేయండి. నాకు ఎంత బాధ వేస్తుంది.
చేశాను.
నేను చెప్తే
అర్రే
నీకు
సారీ మా
అడిగా రమ్మన్నాడు.
सेवा में तो महा मेरे महोदय और मेरे अध्यापक
మైక్
Kushi, put your microphone down. Microphone down.
If you can't reach the microphone, that microphone should reach you. You need not hold it. And you need not search for the audience. Ala etti audience kosam vetukokoddu. They should look at you like that. Come on.
सेवा में महा मेरे महोदय और अध्यापक को मेरा प्रणाम और एवं नमस्कार। मैं आपकी दोस्त खुशी, मैं लेंडी कॉलेज और इंजीनियरिंग ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन से आई हूँ और मेरी कक्षा थर्ड है। मैं अपनी पढ़ाई कंप्यूटर साइंस से करती हूँ। तो जैसे कि दोस्तों हम सब यहाँ आए हैं, भारत 20वीं शताब्दी में कैसे रहेगा और उसको हम कैसे बढ़ा सकते
You
हैं।
don't love yourself, Kushi.
No.
You don't love yourself, and you don't love studying in Lendi. You don't love being in third year. You don't love greeting them. And there is love.
I'm starting.
You said everything. There is a love on your face. There is a smile when you're greeting them.
You have to be.
How you're saying, నేను వచ్చినందుకు మీకు గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ చెప్పాలి. తప్పదు కాబట్టి గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ చెప్తాను, తీసుకోండి. నేను ఒక అమ్మాయిని ఉన్నాను, చదువుతున్నాను.
బాగా ప్రింట్ వచ్చింది.
అగైన్
सेवा में मेरे महान महोदय और अध्यापक को मेरा प्रणाम एवं नमस्कार। मैं आपकी दोस्त खुशी, मैं लेंडी कॉलेज ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग से आई हूँ। मेरी कक्षा थर्ड है और मैं कंप्यूटर साइंस के विभाग से आई हूँ। तो दोस्तों जैसे कि हम सब जानते हैं कि हम यहाँ आए हैं एक दूसरे से बात करने के लिए भारत की 20वीं शताब्दी के कारण कैसे रह सकता है, हमारा भारत कैसे महान बन सकता है। जैसे कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि हमारा भारत बहुत महान है और हमें स्वतंत्रता 15 अगस्त 1947 को मिला था, जिससे हम आजादी के जंगल से लौटे हैं। और हम यह चाहते हैं कि हमारा भारत और स्वतंत्र रहे और आजादी रहे, जिसके लिए हम बहुत सारी चीजें कर सकते हैं और उसको बहुत महान बना सकते हैं। इसे हम चाहते हैं कि हमारी पढ़ाई और शिक्षा और महान बढ़े, हमें अलग अलग संस्कृति सीखे, हमें भारत में कोई भी भेदभाव ना रहना चाहिए। जैसे कि हम जानते हैं कि 20वीं शताब्दी में हमारा भारत 100 वर्ष पूरा करने जा रहा है, जिसे हम सभी जानते हैं कि 100 वर्ष पूर्ण होते ही हम सभी जश्न मनाते, मौज मस्ती करते हैं। जो हमें सोचना चाहिए कि हम अपने भारत के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं। इसे जश्न मनाने के लिए हमें कुछ करना होगा। सो दोस्तों मैं चाहती हूँ कि जैसे कि हमारा भारत भ्रष्टाचार और आपत्ति से मुक्त हो सके और बच्चों को मजबूर किया ना जाए, उन्हें मजदूरी के लिए मजबूर ना किया जाए, ताकि वो सभी विकसित हो सके। आजकल हम सभी जानते हैं कि हमारे यहाँ भारत में गरीबी ही गरीबी और लौटी नहीं है, लेकिन अमीरता और बढ़ते ही जा रही है। जब हमें यहाँ सरकार से निवेदन कर सकते हैं कि
हम अपने भारत और उन बच्चों को कैसे विकसित करें? हम उन सभी बच्चों को शिक्षाएं प्रदान करें। और जैसे कि हम जानते हैं कि हमारे भारत में महिलाएं सुरक्षित नहीं रह सकती, उन महिलाओं को हमें सुरक्षित करने के लिए
Stop it, Kushal. Yeah, the way you were maintaining your eye contact is fine, but you were like
reading.
ah,
Reading.
you don't have anything in front of you, and that is completely your vision. And the points you have chosen are so good, but you were like, no, you were. Have you read for the examination and you were telling it to sir? Like that it is. It is not like you don't have that, you're not carrying up the emotion. You don't have the force. You're not showing it that push up on your face. Right? Go there, come back, show that emotion.
Are you tensed for the exam?
Force. Exam is not something.
Come on, the screen is empty. Nation building. What makes a nation? 5-letter word youth changes the 7-letter word present and rules the 6-letter word future. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Harshita Gulpalli, currently pursuing my BTech in Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today's young minds are tomorrow's engineers who can change the developing country to a developed country. My faith is in the younger generation, the modern generation. Out of them will come my workers, says Swami Vivekananda, envisioning the power of youth. The reason is youth is not the people in their late teens or early 20s, but having the most innovative, inventive, conservative, and productive period. What is the youth? It is not something that every people think are the people in their rebellious age. When the discussion should be nation building, why is it about youth? Because 200 years of slavery is not enough to teach the value of freedom. 75 years of democracy is not enough to improve the socio-pathetic society, nor there will be any change in the coming centuries. If it is not for youth, the reason is not some old school methods or old people, but the old minds, having a prejudice against each other in the society. The mission to make the first person walk on the move consisted of more than 80% of the youth. After the attacks of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the development of Japan was supposed by youth of Japan, which is now one of the most developed countries in the world. Very international examples, we have our own Indian cricket team, football team mostly consisted of youngsters. And this describes not importance but the impact of youth on the society. Patriotism plays an important part in nation building, but is not only the part. Because raising our flags high or above our residence is not what patriotism means or defines. Because we have many slogans, but not every slogan is that what we follow. We have many sayings, but not every saying we follow. And we have many many people who inspire us to the core, but we will never inspire. The reason is laziness. And to eradicate the laziness, youth, the innovative mind should come up and lit up the society with their inventions and innovations. Having a young mind is different from staying in their youth because there are many people who in their late 50s established many enterprises and now they are the top companies in the world. There are many examples who can teach us that not the age matters but the young minds. Young minds is nothing but having the most thoughtful and informative minds. Some old people says that youth are someone who are always against the old people. But to note the point, it's not about going against the people but against the thoughts. Provocating thoughts leads to provocating minds. And the provocating minds will always kills the nation. To build a nation is important to build a nation with mindful thoughts. Speaking out our mind is important, but everything which come out of our mouth should be mindful. Mindful speaking is what the basics of every nation.
And not only speaking about mindfulness, but also speaking about everyone. Having selfish thoughts is not a problem because self improvement is what the improvement of our nation. Why thinking going to abroad is something which goes against being a patriot. That is not correct because working in abroad and serving our country can be done equal because we can work as an ambassadors of our country in abroad, helping many Indians to pursue their dreams and help them establish their dreams high above the sky. It is important that each and everyone along with us need to improve, and the improvement leads to the nation building. Singing slogans on very particular days like Independence Day, Republic Day, sticking our nation flags on our shoulders, wishing everyone happy Independence Day. What is independence? Being a democratic country of 75 years is nothing to nowadays because nowadays we are facing many problems and it includes female abuse. Not only female, nowadays there are many cases where males are coming out and voicing out that they are being harassed by some other. So it should be eradicated. And now it comes the feminism. Feminism is not something which we fight for women, but it should be something where the women come together and fight for both the equality of men and women. Singing the slogans which some other people left behind is not the thing, but creating our own slogan and voicing our own quotations is what nowadays needed. Thank you.
Good. Best of luck for this video.
Any
Assistation. Practice.
నేనేం చేయలేదు మురారి నేను మార్నింగ్ ఎందుకు కాల్ చేసి పంపించాను మీకు చెప్పాను నేను 10కి డిసేబుల్ రాశారు ప్రిన్సిపల్ గా స్టాంప్ అయిపోయి వచ్చేసి ఇప్పుడు నేను చేయడానికి ఏం లేదు సార్ ఎవరు జస్మిత హరీష్ సార్ పర్మిషన్ ఇస్తేనే కానీ నేనేం చేయలేదు మీరు టీచర్ నేర్చుకోండి అంటే అవ్వదు Sir, man is not allowing us. If you say a word, man allow us, then chappandi. You're not coming for practice. What should I do?
Freedom of mind is the real freedom. A person whose mind is not free, though he may not be in chains, is a slave, not free man. One whose mind is not free, though he may not be in prison, is a prisoner, and not a free man. One whose mind is not free, though alive, is not better than that. Freedom of mind is a proof of one's existence. By Bhimrao Ramaji Ambedkar. A very good evening to all respected teachers and my friends. I am J. Prithviraj. I am here to speak on patriotism and nationalism. During the British rule from 1858 to 1947, patriotism meant giving lives and expelling the British from our country for independence. But as generation passed, patriotism is not the same as giving lives. In an independent country like us, we need to protect our resources and borders. If we do not protect our resources and borders, someone else will take our land. As I am speaking right here, there are soldiers who are protecting the border in 0 degrees Celsius temperature, risking their lives, leaving their parents and friends behind. Recently, we got to know about one such soldier, Sandeep Unnikrishna, who gave his life to protect civilians in Taj Mahal Hotel from terrorists. I want to salute to all the soldiers like him who are protecting us. I would like to give example of a few other people who contributed immensely to national building. Sachin Tendulkar, one of the greatest names in the world cricket. In 1999, when he was playing for world cricket, his father died. Even at his personal hour of grief, when his nation wanted him, he went to pay for the nation. That is the spirit. That is the spirit putting nation above personal self, which we should learn from. To show our patriotism, we need to work for national building. There are so many scientists of our country, like Nambi Narayan, who loved and dedicated their work to country. They could have easily gone abroad and worked for any foreign company. but they choose to stay in India. That is patriotism. Sorry, that is patriotism, and they are contributing to national building today. And now I would like to share about our India patriotism. Our country had 562 princely states, more than 1500 languages. There's every imaginable diversity in every corner of the country. Yet we stand united today. That is that is patriotic India we got from our forefathers. Today, it's our responsibility to pass a better India to our next generation. If we are sincere and patriotic to our work and country, I strongly believe that by 2047, our next generations will be talking about us, India a nation where there is no discrimination and a developed nation. That we say, do not be patriotic to our own caste, to your own religion. Adolf Hitler is patriotic too, but no one should be end up like him. Being said that, I would like to take it. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Is anybody else on
Yes,
here?
ma'am.
You still have to practice
Yes, ma'am.
the clarity.
Working on it.
Very good. Ismail, would you like to try? Yes, come. You can set the mic and if you pull it front if you want. Till 40, 45. You understood the points, right? All you have to do is keep. This is for rest of the page. Because go talk to sir. I can't do anything now.
Sir, oh, it will be time waster.
My patriotic heart beats saffron white and blue. A very warm good morning to one and all gathered here. I'm Vismay from Lendi College. I'm here to talk about a very sensitive topic, patriotism. Patriotism is a sense of attachment to one's own country. It's the best human quality that one can possess. It remains us the duties that we have to do towards a country. Fortunately, India is an independent country. Thanks to the people like Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Lala Lajpat Roy, Subhash Chandra Bose, and all others who sacrificed their lives for an independent country. And there are recent members like Abhinandan Vardharan, who sacrificed his life, who was cap-
No problem, try. No problem, try.
Sure. Don't feel nervous, it's fine. Next.
Nobody is perfect, mom. We have to work.
Right.
A very good afternoon to each and everyone. This is Jagdishwari presenting here to present my view on patriotism and nation building. Firstly, let's talk about patriotism. What is patriotism? Patriotism means love and pride towards our own nation. Let us take an example of a human being. A human being is not only intended to be in a society, but he should also be more helpful to the society and he should be useful to our society. Next, let's talk about who is patriotist and who is not considered as patriotist. A patriotist is the one who sacrifices everything. He does not even think about his own needs. He sacrifices on pleasure, wealth, ease for his own nation. And he also feels proud that he is sacrificing everything for his own country. Who is not considered as patriotist? Yes, the one who is not even feeling that my country is a very...
So
No problem, Jagdishwari. Continue.
It's fine, continue.
Samvat people. చెప్పమ్మా పర్లేదు చెప్పు దిగే ప్రాక్టీస్ మధ్యాహ్నం అంతా ఖాళీ 4 వరకు తిన్నారా తెచ్చుకోలేదా సెకండ్ ఇయర్స్ ఇది అయిపోయాక తెచ్చేసుకొని ఇక్కడ కూర్చొని తిను
Yes,
పృథ్వీ there is a printed give me.
the main motto of patriotism. The main motto of patriotism is to first think about one's own nation and then thinking of personal interest. Now, let's talk about a quote on patriotism. Don't ask what nation has done to you. Ask yourself what you have done to your nation. Now, now from coming to social judgments, society has divided some rules to each and every person. Now, society judgments means one giving some priority to one person, some to human, and some to others. At last, each citizen have their own voice to raise a voice. Now,
No problem, Jagdishwari. Try. Okay.
Right now, no problem. Jagdishwari, did you speak? Coming, chance, coming.
Evening workouts.
It's my phone. Jokes on stop it here.